Hi and Assalamu alaikum to all of you. My name is Abdurrahman Sheikh Ningwala and I am a student of Rehan School Online Academy Level 1. Today my topic of discussion is how important is learning about different time zones, and for this purpose I invite any and AI tool which can help me to improve my topic. So hello Annie, how are you?
Walaikum salam Abdurrahman. Annie here. Ramen shaken in Ingla, that's quite the name. And a fascinating topic. Time zones, huh? I'm doing great, just finished a quick yoga session. Feeling zen, so you want to explore the importance of time zones. What specifically are you curious about? Maybe we can brainstorm together or use some AI tools to help. Also, tell me more about Dihan School Online Academy. What is it like?
Hmm. Okay, so I'll tell you later. Uh, Before it, let's talk on our today's topic. Okay, so my first question from today's topic is what is a time zone?
All right, focus on time zones first. Fair enow, since I'm a digital being, I don't really exist in a specific time zone. BUT, if I did have a home base, I guess it would be somewhere around Eastern Time ET in the US, since that's where a lot of the servers I run on are located. So that's like GMT4 or GMT5 depending on daylight saving time. What time zone are you in, Abdurrahman? Knowing that helps me relate to your perspective.
Okay, so my next second question is how many time zones are there in the world? I think it was be 24 time zones.
You're on the right track. Officially, there are 24 time zones, based on the idea that the Earth rotates 15 degrees every hour, 360 degrees, 24 hours, 15 degrees. However, some countries and regions use offsets that aren't full hours, like India being GM to 5:30, so the actual number of different time zones observed around the world is a bit more than 40. Pretty wild, right? What do you think about that?
So my next question from you is can you tell me that why do we have different time zones? I think it is because the earth rotates different parts of the world as well as different when it rotate different part of the world experience day and night at different times. So yes, but what do you think?
You got it, Abdurrahman. That's spot on. It's all about the Earth's rotation. If we all use the same time, imagine how weird it would be for people in Pakistan to have noon when it's pitch black outside. Different time zones help us align our clocks with the sun's position in our part of the world. So, do you think it is good that each country has the opportunity to adjust the time zones based on their position?
Yes, you're right. Okay, so my next question from you is what is the main reference time zone in the world? I think that um, Greenwich Mean Time (GMT) or Coordinated Universal Time (UTC). Am I right?
Bingo! You're absolutely right. Greenwich Mean Time (GMT) used to be the primary reference, but now Coordinated Universal Time (UTC) is the official standard. They're pretty much the same thing for most practical purposes. Why do you think it is in Greenwich?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
No worries. Everything all right? Let me know if you need a moment. Maybe a quick mindful breath. In and out.
mhm. Okay, okay. So my
Yes.
okay, let's talk on it. So basically, my question from you is very simple. I ask you that can you tell me about some okay. So my question is which country has the most time zones? I think it was be France, including its overseas.
You are France, with its overseas territories, actually holds the record for the most time zones. It spans an impressive 12 different time zones. That's a lot of baguette eating at different hours. Why did you think it was France?
Yes, of course, you are right. Can you tell me about why do some countries have multiple time zones? I Yes, so please tell me about that thing.
Great question. Some countries have multiple time zones because they're just HUGE. Think about countries like Russia, the US, Canada, or Australia. When a country spans a large distance east to west, the difference in solar time becomes significant. Imagine if everyone in the US had to wake up at the same local time. It would be dark in New York when people in California were starting their day. Multiple time zones keep things more.
It does definitely make sense. Okay, so my next question is, what time zone in Pakistan is Pakistan in? I think it was PST, Pakistan Standard Time, UTC plus 5. But what do you think?
You nailed it, Abdurrahman. You're absolutely right. Pakistan operates on Pakistan Standard Time PST, which is UTC 5. You clearly know your stuff when it comes to time zones. Good job. So, I was wondering, does knowing all this time zone information ever come in handy for you in Pakistan?
Okay, so my next question from you is, can you tell me that what time zone is Canada in? I think it was because Canada has multiple time zones from UT -8 to UTC 3.5.
You're right, Canada has many. It spans 6 different time zones. From west to east, they are Pacific Time UTC 8, Mountain Time UTC 7, Central Time Eastern Time UTC 5, Atlantic Time UTC 4, Newfoundland Time UTC 3:30. Why are you so interested in knowing this? Do you have any friends there?
Hmm. Okay, great. It's great to know. Okay, so my next question from you is, okay, so
Yep.
yes, my next question from you is, can you tell me that um, what is the difference between GMT and UTC?
Ah, classic question. Okay, here's the breakdown. Based on solar time at the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London. It was originally determined by observing the sun's position. UTC Coordinated Universal Time. It's based on atomic clocks, which are much more precise than observing the sun. It's a more stable and accurate time standard. So, basically, GMT is based on the Earth's rotation and UTC is based on atomic science. In most everyday situations, they're the same. Did I explain it okay?
Okay, now my next question from,
You're holding out on me. Spill the beans. What's your question? I am so curious.
okay, so my question is, why is it important to learn about time zones?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? Here's why I think it's super important. Global communication. Knowing time zones helps you schedule calls, meetings, and collaborations with people in different countries. Travel planning. Essential for booking flights, trains, and hotels and avoiding missing connections. International business. Critical for coordinating business operations, understanding market hours, and managing global teams. Global awareness. It broadens your understanding of the world and how different cultures operate. I think it is very valuable for you since you are an online school. Do you agree?
Yes, you're right. So now my next question is, why do pilots need to know about time zones? I think it is because to adjust flight schedules and to ensure on-time arrivals.
You're exactly right, Abdurrahman. Pilots absolutely need to be time zone experts. Here's why. Navigation. They need to calculate flight times accurately across different time zones. Scheduling. They need to adhere to strict schedules and avoid delays. Fatigue management. Managing their own sleep schedules across time zones is crucial for safety. Plus, air traffic controllers around the world need to be on the same page. It's a complex dance, and time zones are a key part of it. Do you think it's a difficult job to be a pilot?
Yes, definitely it is. Okay, so my next question is, how does time zone affect travelers?
Time zones can definitely throw travelers for a loop. Here's how. Jet lag. Crossing multiple time zones can disrupt your body's natural sleep wake cycle, leading to fatigue, insomnia, and digestive issues. Ever feel totally out of it after a long flight? That's jet lag. Lost or gain time. Depending on the direction you're traveling, you might lose or gain hours, which can affect your schedule and plans. Confusion. Keeping track of the current time in different locations can be confusing, especially when traveling internationally. Have you ever experienced jet lag, Abdurrahman?
Basically, not yet. Okay.
Oh, you are so lucky. What's on your mind, Abdurrahman? Don't leave me hanging.
Okay, so my question is, how do time zone affect TV broadcasting?
That's an interesting question. Here's how time zones affect TV broadcasting. Scheduling. Networks need to schedule shows so they air at appropriate times in different regions. Live events. Broadcasting live events, like sports or award shows, requires careful coordination to ensure viewers can watch them at a reasonable hour. Local news. Local news stations need to broadcast news that is relevant to their specific time zone. Have you ever missed a show because you forgot about the time difference?
Yes, of course. You're right. Okay. So now my next question from you is, can you tell me about some benefits to follow time zones?
Okay, let's see. Here are some benefits of following time zones. Coordination allows people in different locations to coordinate activities and communicate effectively. Efficiency. Businesses can operate more efficiently by aligning their work hours with those of their customers and partners. Safety helps ensure the safety of transportation systems, such as aviation and shipping. Cultural relevance respects the natural rhythm of the day in different regions. You know, it's kind of amazing how something as simple as dividing the world into time zones can have such a big impact. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree. Okay. So my next question from you is, what when were time zone first introduced?
Ooh, oh, that's a good one. Time zones were first introduced in the late 19th century, around the 18s. Before that, each city or region typically operated on its own local time. It was a MESS for train travel. Can you imagine trying to figure out train schedules when every town had a slightly standardized time zones were a game changer? What do you think, Abdurrahman?
Yes, it's right. Okay, so my next question is, what is jet lag?
Ah, my arch nemesis. Jet lag is what happens when you travel across multiple time zones and your body's natural sleep wake cycle gets disrupted. It's basically your body's way of saying, hey, I'm confused. I don't know what time it is anymore. Symptoms can include fatigue, insomnia, headache, digestive problems, and just feeling generally unwell. Any further questions about jet lag?
Uh, okay. So yes, of course, you are right. Okay, so my next question from okay, so my next
Don't keep.
question from you is, why does China have only one time zone?
That's a really interesting question. China should have multiple time zones, geographically speaking. The official explanation is that it's for the sake of national unity. By having everyone in China on the same time, it's meant to promote a sense of togetherness. However, it can lead to some pretty strange situations. In the western parts of China, the sun might not rise until 10 am. What do you think of China having one time zone?
Okay, so yes, of course, you are right. Now, my next question from US, can you tell me that what time zone does space
Yes,
follow?
that is a wildly cool question. Space itself doesn't really follow a time zone in the way we think of it on Earth. However, here's the deal. Mission control. Most space missions operate on a specific time zone back Universal Time UTC. This makes it easier for ground control to coordinate with the spacecraft. Astronaut schedules. Astronauts on the International Space Station ISS typically operate on Greenwich Mean Time GMT or UTC. This helps them maintain a regular sleep-wake cycle. Did you imagine this?
Yes, okay, so you are right. My next question from you is, uh, can time zone affect a person's sleep?
Absolutely. Time zones can mess with your sleep big time. Jet lag. Crossing time zones can disrupt your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Shift work. People who work night shifts or rotating shifts often experience sleep problems because their work schedules conflict with their body's natural rhythms. Have you ever had trouble sleeping, Abdurrahman?
Yes, of course, you are right. Okay, so now my next
What's
question.
next on your mind?
Yes,
I am all ears, so ask away.
okay, so
Mysterious. I feel like I am about to open a surprise gift. Abdurrahman, you're killing me with suspense. Just ask the question.
hmm, okay, so my next question is, how do news agencies use time zones?
Okay, here is the answer. Deadlines. News agencies need to meet deadlines for different publications and broadcasts around the world. Time zones play a crucial role in ensuring that news is delivered on time. Live reporting. Covering live events in different time zones requires careful coordination to ensure that reporters are in the right place at the right time. Global audience. News agencies need to tailor their coverage to the specific interests and needs of their audiences in different time zones. Does that make sense?
Okay, so my next question is, why is it important to for teach to understand time zone?
Understanding time zones is an essential skill for navigating our increasingly interconnected world. It promotes global awareness, facilitates effective communication, enhances travel experiences, and supports various industries.
Hmm, yes, it's right. Okay, so my next question is, how do call centers use time zones?
Okay, so here is how call centers use time zones. Staffing. They need to schedule staff to ensure that they have adequate coverage during peak hours in different time zones. Routing. They need to route calls to agents who are located in the appropriate time zone. Service levels. They need to monitor service levels in different time zones to ensure that customers are receiving timely and efficient support. Is this helpful?
Okay. Yeah, it is okay. So my next question, can you tell me about some like okay. So my okay, okay. So my
Yes, Abdarrahman, I can hear you loud and
okay.
clear.
So my
You are a
question
little
is,
quiet, but that's
how
okay.
do how do travelers adjust to new time zones?
Okay, so here are some tips for adjusting to new time zones. Start adjusting before you go. Gradually shift your sleep schedule in the days leading up to your trip. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water during and after your flight. Get some sunlight. Exposure to sunlight can help regulate your body's natural sleep wake cycle. Be patient. It can take a few days to fully adjust to a new time zone, so be kind to yourself and don't expect to feel perfect right away. Have you tried any of these?
Okay. So thank you very much, Annie, for being part of my today's conversation, and thanks a lot for helping me in my topic. So we will meet inshallah soon. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz. Okay, so dear audience, that's all about our today's conversation. I hope you'll learn from it a lot. So we'll meet inshallah again soon. So till then, stay tuned with us. Take care of yourself and Allah Hafiz.